Hi, I'm Marcus Coward, and this is Wake Up New Bedford. I'm here at Casen Tavares from New Bedford, and he does a few things that we're going to get into. And so, Casen,
Nice
great to have you. Absolutely.
Thank you.
And so,
I do a little bit of stuff. So
yeah, I'm super excited to talk about that because it would be hard to explain it in one sentence, or you definitely do more than just one thing. So,
right.
For the people who don't know you, okay, where are you from, and tell people a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so. I'm not looking at you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm Casen. I'm from Casen Tavares. I'm from New Bedford. I was born in Providence, actually.
Oh, really?
I was, yeah.
Okay.
But I was always born here. I always lived with my grandfather and my mom, my dad, my brother, whoever was in the house.
Sure.
It was like a weird kind of like, my kitchen that I live in now was a garage, and we just built the rest on. So it's like kind of like a two-family kind of house. It's weird.
Would you say you have a big family?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. It's Cape Verdean.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Okay. And so were your parents immigrants or your grandparents, or when did they come over?
If I'm being real, I don't know.
Sure.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I just know that they were really like heavy Cape Verdean. They were spread out between pretty much a good, like, I don't know, I won't say all of them, but like 3 of the islands, I would say.
Sure.
Are you Cape Verdean yourself?
Yeah.
You are?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
On my mom's side. And still have a Nana who from Cape Verde, and she lives in New Bedford now. But do you know any Creole, or?
I don't know nothing. I know English.
Yeah.
I wish I knew a little bit more.
Yeah. No, it's hard to learn different languages.
It is.
It really is.
I feel like you got to live in the spot to know.
And have family that are like speaking it to you, like on the regular.
That's like a birth thing. You gotta have that since you grow up.
Yeah. So do you have any family that speak it also, or at least to you?
No.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I wish, but okay. So you end up mostly living in New Bedford from Prov.
Yep.
And so what's the first school you remember going to?
First school I remember going to. I mean, I was always in Dartmouth schools.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. How did that happen? So living in New Bedford but going to Dartmouth schools?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I can and can't say about the schools. So like, I can speak freely about the schools.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, all right. I mean, I don't know. It was just kind of just like a choice thing. Like that's just where I was put.
Sure.
Just for like being like in the best schooling system, I guess. But I didn't even really like that school.
Really?
I didn't like it. No.
So if you could have picked, like I guess in hindsight, what school would you?
I would have stayed. I would have stayed regardless, just because like that's where I made all the friends that I did have at the time.
Sure.
But I mean, like, it is what it is.
It is. So
what it is.
You went to Dartmouth High or Bishop Stang?
I went to Stang. Where you get Stang from?
What do you mean? I'm from here, bro. What do you mean?
No, I mean like, I was always in Dartmouth school. Oh, okay, that's in Dartmouth. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Nah, Stang. I was always in Dartmouth.
Okay, got you.
Somewhat the same though. Pretty much the same.
And so, is that where you first got started with? So I guess what was your first passion? Talking about creativity.
First passion. That's tough because I've always been like into music because of my family.
Okay,
and
talk about that.
So it's so crazy to me, honestly, and it still blows me away. My granddad was in a group called Tavares.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're huge.
Yeah, he was in the group. He was the 5th brother. His name was Ralph. My granddad was Ralph.
Ralph Tavares.
Along with all my other uncles.
So that's your family?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That's like direct family.
Yeah, so you're like royalty in New Bedford. Okay.
Everybody says
you're Tavares.
that. Everybody says that.
Because that's true. I mean, I was literally listening to you on Spotify like when I aux at work. Like.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. Like,
thank you. I appreciate that. What's your favorite song?
Probably like the biggest hit. I'm forgetting how it goes, but I'm saying like it's the number one.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But no, super good.
Yeah.
Most people in this area, and I'm saying even know about them. So that's lit.
I know.
Yeah, that's
it's cool.
Yeah,
it's really cool. And then growing up with him, he was always like, you can never go in public without someone noticing him or saying hi or like.
Sure. Yeah.
So it's like, it was always him, and he was friends with everybody, man. Everybody. But he was the coolest guy. So my first passion would probably be music.
Yeah.
And then another thing, they won a Grammy.
Yeah, they're huge.
They won that Grammy Album of the Year in '79. That's a long time ago.
Yeah. Okay.
But like, that inspiration enough was like, okay, like music. I guess it has to be that.
Sure.
So I've always done like, go ahead, what were you saying?
And so, I guess that was like a soulful R&B vibe kind of thing.
Yeah.
So is that the lane you wanted to go in, or was it rap or something
Probably.
else?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm open to anything, honestly.
Mm.
But that's like a like tucked away kind of thing. Like, if that opportunity comes to me, I'll take it. You know what I mean? Because I know how hard that can be to just do music. You know what I mean?
Sure.
That's why I picked up DJing too, because DJing is fun.
Yeah. Okay. So when you talk about being inspired by music, were you inspired to just rap or sing, or were you writing too?
Writing is hard.
It is hard.
Writing is hard. Writing is hard. I've had a good amount of inspiration to write somewhere recently, and it's definitely taken off. Like, my writing has improved a lot since when I first started.
You got to work at it.
I do, yeah. That's like riding a bike. But that's a hard thing. Writing is tough.
For sure. Okay, and so besides your grandfather, of course, being an influence, like, who would you say was your favorite artist growing up? I'm saying.
That's crazy hard. That's a hard pick.
I mean, give me like a top three, I guess. Like, who are some influences? Maybe
Top
not even favorites, but like,
three.
who inspired you? You know, if anyone. When you think about it. What's the first thing that pops in your head?
I don't know. I don't know, because I like so many people. The way I get influenced
Sure.
and inspired is that like so many different things. Like, for example, like that Pharrell movie that just came out, that Lego movie.
Yeah, I've only heard good things. I
That
really need
movie
to
was
watch it.
amazing.
Yeah, okay.
That movie was amazing. Like, I want to like. It's just the way he described it. Like, he described it perfectly. Like, the influence, the way you can just take things and like build things, and like it's. I don't know how to explain it.
Sure.
'Cause I'll go on like a random like trail on how like I can't even explain it to you.
Okay, sure. And so it was just music in general, you know, that really caught your eye. It wasn't even like one particular part of it. It was the writing, it was the singing. So you do sing? You would say you have like... Yeah, okay.
It's kind of, I would say it's just music in general as a whole.
For sure.
Because even producing, I tried to like look at, but that's crazy.
Yeah, that's
Producing
even harder
is
than writing.
insane.
Yeah,
Producing is insane.
It really is. Okay. So in the artist lane, it is more so, you haven't done it professionally. You'd say it's kind of just like a hobby that, you know, if it does take off, then, like you said, you know, we'll take it. But so then you got into DJing.
I did.
Okay. Was that the next thing? Because I know you do a couple other
I've
things.
always liked DJing. My dad was a DJ growing up.
Okay, sure.
And at family cookouts and stuff, we were just surrounded by DJs all the time.
That's dope, honestly.
I know, it was a lot of fun. I miss those cookouts.
What, so they don't really happen so much anymore?
Nah, because everybody's so busy. Everybody's so busy. Things have changed a lot, so there's like so much more like to focus on.
Sure.
It's kind of like a last resort kind of thing.
Okay.
I'm throwing them for sure when I'm older.
For sure, yeah.
I'll throw them now. I love cookouts. You're invited to the cookout.
I appreciate it. So, have you DJ'd yourself at like family parties?
I wouldn't say family parties. I mean, I've DJ'd kind of just wherever I'm needed.
Sure, okay.
It's kind of, I love it.
Do you remember your first gig?
I do.
Okay, all right, tell me about it.
I do. It was, first gig, it was kind of funny.
Okay.
It was at that Rico's place in Dartmouth, the new pizza place that opened up.
Oh, okay, I haven't checked it out yet.
It was okay. I was learning. Fresco came with me because we already have connected.
Okay.
And talked. He helped me with a lot. He's amazing. That guy's like, I call him Unc.
Yeah.
That's my that's my uncle for real, man.
For sure.
He's cool, man. He helped me out. He set me up with everything. And the first night it wasn't what I expected. It was actually it ended up a lot better than I imagined.
Okay, cool.
'Cause I was really I didn't know, like, as a DJ, like, like, I did know, but, like, I just wasn't. Like, I was just playing stuff I liked.
Yeah.
I was just playing stuff I liked. One of the bartenders were really cool.
Yeah.
He was vibing everything I was playing, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna just keep going with this.
Okay. Now, did you always feel like you had a good taste in music? Or
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Especially for DJing, because I've always known to match a vibe. Like, whoever I'm in a room with.
Yeah.
Like, for example, like, my little brother, right? It'll be a family party or whatever, like, whoever. There's a whole, like, my grandma will be around. He'll start playing, like, Travis Scott and, like, all this crazy stuff.
Yeah, that's not the time, bro.
Yeah, he don't care, but he's funny. He's funny, man. He has his own mosh pits. He goes to those, too. He's crazy.
Fire, why not?
No. That's not my thing.
Yeah, for each their own, you know what I'm saying? If you can enjoy it.
But if I'm driving with my grandma, I play something like, you know, I can relate to her on. You know, like I play something we'll both like. That's not like
Sure.
Fiend, you know what I mean?
How old's your brother?
He's 18.
Yeah,
He's turning 18 in a couple of days.
That sounds about right, for sure.
He's funny though.
Yeah.
He's hilarious.
So, okay. So when was your first gig? How long ago?
Ooh.
That night at Rico's.
I want to say, I don't know, maybe like June.
Okay, so last year.
Yeah, maybe like whenever the feast was around.
Sure.
It was like a month or two before it.
And so how did you end up booking that?
I had someone that worked there. I knew
Okay.
someone that worked there.
Yeah.
And they were trying to get live entertainment in there, and they offered me.
Okay.
They referred me.
And so you had already kind of made a name for yourself at that point?
No.
Or just because like you guys were friends and they knew that you were into DJing?
Yeah.
Okay, got you. And so, sure, I guess since we bring up Fresco, okay, and for those who don't know him, DJ Fresco, had him on the show, the interview's not out yet, but one of the biggest DJs in the area, really.
He's crazy.
He does nightlife and weddings, but how did you guys link up?
So I met him the same way I met Justin.
Okay, sure.
It was at one of Justin's poetry nights.
Sure.
And the only reason I went was because my cousin Marlo, she was dropping an EP at the time.
Okay.
It's called The Love Letter. She made an EP, she dropped it, and it was really good actually.
Okay.
She had a little performance there. And I recognize Fresco. I tell him this all the time. I'm like, you know, at first when I met you, I followed him like forever before I met him.
Okay.
He didn't follow me back because I wanted to connect to him on DJing.
Sure, okay.
So I unfollowed him.
Okay.
Then I pretended like I didn't know who he was, and I went up to him. I was like, yo, man, I DJ, this is that, I want to learn. And he just took me under his wing. He showed me so much.
Wow.
And I can never like not thank him enough for it. I thank him all. You should see the text messages I sent him.
Really?
I sent him so many things.
He's a good guy.
He
No,
is.
no.
He's cool.
No one even brought you up, like, as far as for, like, he said that he's mentoring DJs. I'm like, oh, okay, like, who are you talking about? He's like, okay, yeah, I guess really only
DJs, is
Casen.
this more than one?
No, that's what he said, like, he really only Casen right now, okay?
Oh, okay.
But,
Okay.
what are you gonna do? Like, it better just be me. But, okay.
You better watch
so, so do you feel like this DJing thing is really taking off for you? Like,
Yeah,
you
for
see a
sure.
future for it?
Yeah, he opened me up to his company as well, the South Coast Entertainment.
For sure.
And
Okay.
I've taken events with them. This year I'm gonna do weddings.
Okay.
The weddings are big.
And have
That's
you done a
someone's
wedding
night.
yet?
I haven't.
Okay.
I've watched them. I've been to them. I've worked at them. But weddings are big.
Yeah,
That's
for sure.
That's someone's night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's important.
It is important.
And to be able to control that is amazing.
And so,
It was cool.
okay. And so you don't have any weddings booked yet, but you're definitely looking forward to them. Yeah. Oh, you do?
I'm looking for. Oh no, I'm looking forward to.
Okay,
I'm looking forward
yeah,
to 'em.
for sure. And so, would you say you've had how many gigs would you say you've done so far? I mean, you've only been doing it for like 6 months, so.
To be safe, I'd probably say no more than 20 or 30.
That's crazy. Like, it was crazy like when Fresco said after COVID that I think he said he done too many weddings.
He does a lot.
Yeah, like a lot. Like, it really surprised me. I couldn't even throw out a number. It was a lot. But that's surprising too. Okay,
Yeah.
so what kind of events were you working at? Like nightclubs? Was it like at the vault?
I actually tried to get into one recently. I have to go over and talk to him, but
For sure.
it was just at Rico's place for a minute. I was doing like every Friday there.
Okay, dope. Okay, you got a regular gig.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
cool for a little bit, and then
Yeah.
it stopped because like they weren't really like booming as much.
Sure.
Whatever South Coast gave me, and I did my friend's birthday recently, so not too much, kind of just low key stuff.
For
But
sure.
whatever I can do, I'll take.
Yeah, okay. And so so how old are you for the audience?
I turned 20 in August.
Wow.
Well,
yeah.
I turned 21 this August, but I turned 20 in August.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm 20.
Okay. And so, still really young, okay, just got into DJing, and so.
I don't think so sometimes, man. I don't give myself enough credit. I don't. For how much I do at my age. Because there's so many people doing way more at my age, but then there's so many people like wishing they were like in a position like mine, so I'm like, okay, I gotta be grateful.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it's me being my own critic,
Yeah.
you know?
And so you must be mature, okay?
Oh,
and
man. Yeah.
As far as for, having all these opportunities and juggling all the things that you do, but when do you feel like that really started for you, feeling mature and feeling like you wanted to take on more?
In what sense? Like, just so I can understand your question a little bit better.
When did you not just want to have fun, but want to start working?
Okay, that's a good question.
Yeah. Because in high school, I mean, sure, I got my first job at Riccardi's, like, as a summer job, but
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking about being an entrepreneur, starting a business, like, up until, like, a year or two ago. I'm 26,
You're doing pretty good, man. You're doing
and
pretty
I appreciate it, but just like the people you're talking about, like, some people really wish they're in your position, and they're probably going to be way older than you,
Yeah, right.
And so again, like, when did you first realize, like, okay, let me start working for myself, kind of thing?
I've always hated working for people.
Okay.
like corporates, food, like retail, like jobs like that. Like certain minimum wage jobs, I can't, man. I can't do it because it kills me. It kills me. I like being my own boss. I think that's why I went. To. As soon as I graduated high school, I went to barber school.
Oh, okay.
And I was working minimum wage jobs there, trying to pay for the school.
For sure.
And that was tough. Going from school to work and then like doing the same thing Monday through Friday. It was hard, man. And I've always been anxious. I've always been like a really like anxiety-ridden person since like maybe about 5th grade.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I've always had bad anxiety.
Okay.
I would like travel and like crowds. Weird, right?
And so you just like powered through it?
Yeah,
like, what do you
kind of.
mean?
And I didn't take medicine for it because I didn't think it was beneficial for me.
Sure.
And that's why it's weird that I DJ, because I don't even like parties.
Yeah, so like having anxiety.
I don't even like going to parties.
You're like also just you're almost like made to be in front of the camera.
Kind of, right.
I don't
Yeah,
know
it's
how
weird.
else to put it.
Because it's like, I don't like parties because like, what was I gonna say? It's just too much. It's just too much. You know what I mean? I switch my perspective on it because if I'm working, I can allow myself to be there.
Sure.
But I don't know. I forgot what the initial question was. When did I become mature? Is that what it was?
Yeah, and when you start working, I guess. But so you bring up barber school, and so right after high school, was that your first job? Was when you were starting to
be a barber?
Yeah.
It's kind of a backup plan.
Okay.
I kind of wanted to start with a backup plan in case all my other stuff didn't work out.
Sure.
Because being a barber is still a pretty good job. I could always fall back on
yeah.
that. I picked up the skill. I still have clients. I'll cut one from time to time.
Sure. Okay.
So whatever I can do, I do. I try and like hustle as much as I can. Yeah.
Were you ever in a barber shop? Or?
Yeah.
Okay, got you. Okay. And so what was that environment working like? Did you like being a barber?
Yeah, no, I liked it. I just didn't like paying rent. I couldn't pay rent. That was such a, like, that to me was like working for someone, and I couldn't do it. I hated it.
So you really want to be your own boss?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I guess the last venture we haven't really talked about is modeling. Okay. So
I think that's tied for first, for sure.
For sure. Okay, so
sure.
Talk about that. How did you get started with that?
I just love it. Modeling is so much fun to me, man. Like my mom was a model.
Sure.
She was a model when she was younger, and she swore by it. She was like, "I don't want you to get into this. I don't want you to get into it."
Okay.
Because the industry changed so much, like from then to now.
In a good way or in a bad way?
In a more inclusive way.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Because in the past it was more like, you have to be picture perfect. And now it's more inclusive. Like, you can look any way you want.
Sure.
Because businesses and companies and corporates, whatever, anything,
yeah,
they want they want themselves to show that we can include anybody, and like you can look however you want, and you can work. You know what I mean?
You just need the confidence to back it
It's
up.
kind of confidence. It's kind of hard, like connection's everything. The way you work, how hard you work, and there's still a little bit of pretty privilege in it.
Okay.
But everybody's a lot more inclusive than they used to be.
Sure. And so I've only done like, I don't even want to call it a modeling gig because I had to pay in order, like, for the picture and everything, and it was just me kind of like trying and looking into the industry. So at this point, are you at a point where you're paid or you pay for the photo shoots?
I would say a lot of them are more collaborative.
Okay. All right, talk about
Some of it's paid. Some of them are paid, but a lot of it's collaborative.
Meaning just like with friends and it's like
Kinda
no
just,
money exchange?
Kind of just like.
So I don't know really anything about the modeling industry.
It's kind of like, when I say collaborative, I mean it's kind of like more people wanting to like grow each other's business. So it'd be me building my portfolio and them building theirs.
Sure. Okay.
So I tend to work with a lot of photographers, and if they charge, I kind of stray away from it because I'm not in a position to pay for pictures.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That's really interesting. Okay. And so do you find these photographers online, or do you just know a lot just through life?
Mutuals.
Yeah. Okay.
Mutual people.
And so what's so fun about modeling? So you say it's tied for first. What is tied with it? DJing?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. And so what's so fun about modeling?
Modeling is just you can do whatever you want. It's your own art.
Yeah.
You can make anything you want out of it. You can, and it's like a free way to express yourself. It's an art form. Yeah. To me, it's an art form.
For sure.
I feel like everything I do, that's why I say artist at the end, because it's like everything I do is art. You know, like cutting hair or modeling or DJing. It's all music, art forms. You know, like art in general. Paint a picture.
No, absolutely. And so, like, usually just when people say artists, like, you know,
they think music.
Okay.
Or painting.
Yeah. Okay. But that's a beautiful way to put it. I mean, everything you do is an art, and so that's just like the umbrella term. So when you introduce yourself to people, like, what do you usually start with? Or do you just say, like, hey, I'm Casen, you know, like, if you know, you know.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much.
And so, what are you doing for money right now? What do you say is your main job?
Probably side jobs like cutting hair.
Sure.
I work at the convention center in Boston as well, too.
I don't know the convention center. What's that?
It's like the convention center in Boston, the BCEC.
Okay.
It's I just do projection there. It's a company called Projection.
Okay. Projection meaning,
like,
what does it mean?
Projectors, like, these, like, if there was like a screen, like, it's like setting up like big events.
Yeah.
Like for like corporate events and stuff like that.
How do you like that?
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's free, kind of. It's somewhat free. It's not hard, like crazy work either. So I mean, whatever I can, I'm doing whatever I can so I can get in the position I want to be in.
Okay.
Because DJing right now is slow too. Like there's no weddings, there's no anything.
Yeah.
It's all like summer season. That's the time for it all. So I kind of whatever I can do until then.
Okay. And so, what's the next thing on your list? Like, what are you
like the next thing I want to do?
Yeah. I mean, you bring up weddings, so.
Oh, you mean like that? I thought you meant like along with all the other things I do on top of that.
No, that too. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'll pick up photography.
Have you tried it before?
I ain't that good at it. But I'll take pictures from my friends sometime, and they'll be like, "Yo, I should have gave the camera to her."
So you're a better model than photographer.
Yeah.
At least for right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So you feel like, I mean, obviously photography is its own art, but, and I guess I've tried it too. I mean, I mostly just like was taking pictures of like, you know, sunsets and things like that.
Yeah, I like doing stuff like that.
But yeah, you definitely see yourself more as a model than a photographer, at least right now.
Yeah.
But you could see yourself getting into photography.
Yes. If I
Okay.
picked it up. My uncle's a photographer too. My real uncle, not Unc.
Yeah.
So I would pick that up. I feel like, honestly, all the things that I do kind of stem from a family member.
Okay.
I didn't think about that until now.
So, because your mom was modeling, your uncle was photography, your grandfather was music.
And my dad DJ'd.
Okay. And so where did you find barbering?
I just always saw videos on my
Yeah.
phone. I kind of liked it. I was like, I want to learn this skill.
For sure.
I just wanted to learn the skill. That was it.
So for that was more so learning the skill than for the art? Because barbering's an art too.
Yeah. It was more so the skill.
Got you. Okay. And so how good of a barber would you say you are?
I'm actually not bad.
Yeah.
I definitely got a lot better than what I used to be.
Sure.
If I could show before and after, you would die laughing.
Yeah.
But
Okay. Do you
I'm
cut
a lot-
yourself?
Hell no.
A lot of people do. Okay.
No.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's some crazy stuff. I don't know how people do that. I give them so much credit.
Yeah.
It's insane.
What? So what? You feel like you would just be taking a lot of risk?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want to mess it up. For sure. For sure.
Yeah, I can't.
I mean, that's a moneymaker right here. For
Right.
sure.
I can't mess that up.
So, do you feel like your hair is a big part of your look?
Yeah.
Okay.
Me specifically or in general?
No, you specifically.
Oh, me specifically, yeah. And I change my hair up all the time.
In what way?
Like I just do I'll do braids, I'll do twists. I've had locks before. I didn't really like the locks on me.
Sure.
I have the hair I have now. I had like crazy like freeform like locks.
Yeah,
too.
I've seen pictures where it was like really out there.
That's how it was normally. That's just how my hair was. I just recently started getting into doing different things with it.
Okay. Now, is it this short because you cut it, or it's just?
I cut it, yeah.
Yeah. And so, was that like a big decision for you?
Kinda. Yeah. I've been bald before. That sucked.
And so that was when you were younger, of course.
No. Nah.
So I was like.
Yeah, it was recent. That's when I was in barber school.
Okay.
Man, that was awful.
Yeah. So that was only a few years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. And so Okay. So what made you do that? What made you want
Go bald?
Yeah.
I think I just wanted to reset.
Okay.
I regret it.
Why? You just didn't like the look?
No. It was trash, man. It was terrible. I did not look good.
Okay. And so you don't see yourself cutting your hair again? Yeah.
Maybe like this. I usually just grow it out. Like I'll get braids in the summer. I'll have my hair out like this.
Sure.
And I'll cut it down, and then that low though, I'm never doing again.
Sure. Okay. Now, and this can be something that we talk a little bit more about because we about have a minute left. Okay.
Okay.
So, last question for part one: do you see yourself starting a business of some kind, or do you see yourself just doing these different ventures?
Just doing different things. Because actually, you know what? That's what it is. And we can talk about that more in a little bit.
Okay.
I want to get into acting.
Ooh.
Acting. I'll probably do that.
Okay. All right.
That's
and
something
so,
I'll do.
do you have any experience with acting, or that's just something that interests you?
A little bit.
Okay.
I have a cousin that acts. She's amazing.
Yeah.
She's amazing. She lives in Australia.
Okay.
Yeah. She was in a movie and she was in a Netflix show.
Sure.
And like, she's crazy at it.
And
so she inspires me a lot.
Okay. And yeah, we can definitely talk more about acting and potentially if you were to start a business, what it would be. And yeah, so just think on that. And so
I don't know if I would. Maybe.
Okay. And
I don't know if I would start a business.
And so save those thoughts. Okay, we're going to talk about that in part two.
All right,
so
perfect.
This has been part one with Casen Tavares on Wake Up New Bedford. Thank you so much, and catch us in part two where we continue this conversation.
Peace.